So being a naturopath, I'm very big on gut health, which most naturopaths are. We know that good health starts in the gut, and we could even go so far to say as our gut is our second brain. So today I'm going to be talking through a few parts of the most recent PDF upload in the Hub, which is the Gut Goodness Cookbook. All right, let me share my screen and I'm going to bring it up. So this is it, our Gut Goodness Cookbook. There's a few pages to this. There's a lot of recipes in here as well that you can refer to that are amazing for your gut health. But today I'm going to be talking about a few simple things that we can do to improve our gut and a little bit on steps that we can take if we've got bad gut health to begin with, and a few different things that we can try. So steps to amazing gut health. Number one is we're looking at adding in some some lemon juice into some warm water, or even some apple cider vinegar into warm water if you can stand the taste of it. Some apple cider vinegars aren't too bad. You could also add apple cider vinegar and lemon into your salad dressings. Now, by doing this, this is creating a really bitter effect. So it stimulates your digestive function to start producing digestive enzymes to get ready for your food. So ideally, if you are having a drink with that warm lemon water, you're doing it about 5-10 minutes before you're eating your main meal. So your body is getting ready for that food. So it's going to process a lot easier and a lot better. Bitter leafy greens is quite the same because it's bitter, but it's also full of fiber. And that is really good to feed our gut bacteria. So eating, a good 2 cups of leafy greens a day is a great suggestion. And that includes things like baby spinach, watercress, parsley, kale, chard, beetroot leaves, bok choy, and dark leaf lettuce. Polyphenols is another thing that you can add into your diet. So they're absorbed in the small intestine, and they can be really good for our gut and they are broken down by our gut bacteria, and they can help boost good bacteria in the gut as well. Prebiotic rich foods. Now, this is a really important one. So you've probably heard of prebiotics, and maybe you've heard of probiotics as well. And a lot of people tend to get them confused and think they're the same thing, but they're not. They're 2 different things. So prebiotics, is feeding your gut bacteria. So feeding your probiotics. So probiotics are what you put into your gut. They're the bacteria. They need to feed on something. So they feed on prebiotics. So we want to get those 2 different things into our body. So prebiotic rich foods, they contain particular types of fiber that can resist digestion in the gut. This causes them to pass into the large intestine to be fermented by the bacteria there. And yeah, it's fantastic for feeding that gut bacteria. Where are we next? Okay, fermented and cultured foods. So you may have heard of things like kombucha, sauerkraut, kimchi, all of these things being really good for our gut health. And it's because they actually provide the body with probiotics. So not so much prebiotics now, we're looking at probiotics. So the good bacteria, we're putting the good bacteria in. Even things like yogurt contain really good bacteria as well. So they help with the microbiome of the gut and that bacteria. And having something daily that contain these types of bacteria is fantastic. So it doesn't mean that you need to be eating a tub of yogurt every day. If you're having a few spoonfuls and maybe 100 to 200 ml of kombucha is a really good way to get that bacteria in. Pickled and fermented veggies are always really good as well, even in a salad, or some sauerkraut or kimchi on top of your steamed veggies can be really nice too. Okay. This is a really big one, taking the time to eat regular meals and chew your food as well as you can. So this means you're not eating on the run. This means you're sitting down to eat and enjoying your food and trying to eat more mindfully as well. So this takes our body, and this is probably whole nother topic I can talk on, is from fight or flight. So we're getting things done, we're busy, we've got the cortisol pumping, our digestion isn't really necessary right now because our body's in fight or flight mode. Getting it back to rest and digest. So we're resting, we're digesting our food, our gut, our digestion that's its time to shine. So that's why it is important to take the time to eat and sit down and enjoy your food. Okay, so the path to gut wellness. Now, don't be overwhelmed by this graph. There are a lot of different things here. In saying that, I need to fix whatever's going on over here. Anyway, I'll fix it up before I upload the PDF. You know, having a look at a few of these and thinking, okay, well, maybe I could probably fit that into my regime, and not look at all of it at once. So adding in probiotic rich foods, ditching caffeine, maybe switching to something like green tea, getting a regular loo time. This is a really important one. I know it's not, doesn't always work for everybody, but once you start to get your gut healthy, that does tend to start to happen. So what have we got here? We've got things like skip sugar and processed foods, hydrate to the max daily. So hydration is very, very important for our gut. Eating balanced meals. So this is me eating a variety of foods, eating a rainbow. So eating a rainbow of colors of fruits and vegetables is important. Move your body and stretch, which you're all doing because you all come to Pilates. Chew well and slow down. And we've got boost healthy fats and lean protein. So this kind of comes into that eating balanced meals as well, that you're making sure that you're getting enough fats and protein into your diet. Having a variety of cooked versus raw food is really important as well. Eating your leafy greens, which we touched on before, manage stress and practice self-care. So again, that brings our body back to rest and digest from fight or flight. Adding in some resistant starch, so that fiber, so prebiotic foods. Eating dinner a little bit earlier, so giving your body time to digest your dinner before you go to bed. Reduce alcohol is one. Add fiber rich swaps into, find fiber rich swaps. So this could be, let me think of an example, something like having white bread versus whole grain bread or multi-grain bread. So yes, white bread is going to be rich in fiber, but it is not the best type of fiber that we can be having. Not the best type of carbohydrates, I should say, that we could be having. So making that switch to a more multi-grain or whole grain bread. And nature and sunshine time, getting outside, doing some grounding, walking around barefoot in the grass. And that again brings our body back to rest and digest. And hopefully then we end up at good gut health. So look, that list might be a little bit overwhelming. I understand that. And you don't have to do all of them at once. Just have a look at a couple, go, oh yeah, I can do that. Or maybe you're already doing most of it and there's a few extra things that you could do. So it all starts in the gut. There's a bit more here on your brain and nervous system, your immune system, your liver and skin, and how that all relates with gut health, because like I said, everything starts in the gut. Good health starts in the gut. We've got some prebiotic rich foods here. We've got some probiotic rich foods. So remember, pre feeds the probiotics. Polyphenol rich foods as well. And we've got a whole thing here on drinks that you can have. So lots of different recipes. I'll quickly scroll through here. Lots of smoothies, green tea. There's some breakfast recipes. There's some lunch recipes, and some dinner recipes as well. And a nice curry recipe, which I wouldn't mind making. And some snacks, of course. And of course, some bliss balls, very important. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, feel free to comment somewhere on the Facebook page or send me a message and I can respond. And if you have any other topics you'd like to learn about, let me know and I can do some videos on them.